G'day. We're up in the mountains today. There's a farm to my right, and we're on a mountain to the west of it, and I've always suspected there's some sort of UFO activity. I've seen strange lights out here near where I feed those animals, the creatures. So we're going to put up the plot watcher, and it's got a really great view, although you're not going to be able to see it. Today it's cold and wet and crappy, but there's a farm down there, and interestingly there's a ridge just down in here which is quite open, and I'm hoping we might see some activity there. You never know. So, but we'll see what's happening out here at night.
Well, there wasn't any UFOs, but we got the lights again, which I now suspect are most probably insects. I went out there just on dark and hung around for a few hours and recorded some video with the infrared binoculars and tested out the thermal. The ridge below was too far away to catch anything on the plot watcher, and I pretty much didn't see anything.
Okay, we're out at the lookout. We've got the plot watcher set up. Here's what the view is. So that's pretty much what we're going to be looking at. And way over there, that's the wilderness. And I'll try and zoom in. That's the wilderness in there. So that gully right in the middle of the screen there, that's where we walked down to the creek. And just about over in there, right at the top there, is where we found those lights. Now, I found lights here as well, so I'm thinking they must be insects. So what I'm hoping for is to see something running across these roads. There's no harm in checking. All we can do is fail. So yeah, we might pick something up, and I'm going to put a recorder down there on the side of the road in the middle of the screen there. We'll stop there and chuck something down into the bush, because I heard a vocalisation up here one night and come from this way. So yeah, we'll have a look. Okay, we'll go and set up the audio recorder. Okay, we've got one of the recorders in there, and the other one is down there, and that's just running the whole time, so we should get 24 hours out of that one, and maybe 3 or 4 days out of that one, so we'll see what we get. G'day, we're back at the where I left the audio recorders. You can see that one's still in there, but this one down here has been uncovered. So something's had a bit of a scratch around. Hopefully we got it on audio, so that'll be interesting. Okay, we'll get home and see what we got.
We got a few more luminous insects, but again, the plot watcher isn't good enough to see clearly all the way down to the road. But here's the insects, if that's what they are. And here's what uncovered the audio recorder, and here's a bit of the audio.
Okay, we're back up near the lookout, and there's a farm down to the south, and the other farm is back through there, and there's a bit of bush between, and I think it might be an access point where these animals might go through. So I've set up the plot watcher. I'm not sure how well it's going to go. One audio recorder is in there and the other one's over there tied to the tree, so we'll just see what happens there. Okay, we're just back to pick up the gear. Hopefully it's still here, so we'll go and have a look. Everything seems to be still here, and there's the audio container. It doesn't look like it's been screwed with. And there's the other audio container, and doesn't look like it's been touched either. So we'll get all the gear and take it home and have a look.
We got these luminous insects again, but interestingly we also got some audio. This time I think we got something. Now whatever it is sneaks up to the recorder without making a sound, and then it must trigger the recorder, and it does the bolt down the hill, and you can hear it huffing like that sort of noise, and it sounds like there's another one further away. Both run and are snapping branches as they go. Have a listen.
Back out here again, and I pulled the car up just up behind us up here, and as I got to this spot something ran down through the bush and didn't stop. So I think that's pretty interesting. Now in the recording you can hear whatever it is snapping the branches as it ran off, which is pretty desperate to get away, I think, something like that. Pretty keen to get out of the place. He could smell me or smell something. So we're going to go and have a look and see if we can see some hair samples and go for a bit of a walk further down into the bush, and we'll see what happens. I've just heard some sort of orphing or oofing or vocalisation of some sort just down in there, and something started running again down in that way. So we'll head down here and have a look. I've got the thermal imager, so we'll keep our eyes open. Okay, well we've got the Moultrie, and he's facing the audio recorder, which is in that pipe. Now I've rubbed that with fat, so we might attract something, we might not. Hopefully not too many flies. But yeah, there's another camera up in the bush there. And we'll put another audio recorder out of the way so they can tamper with it if that's them. And I've heard stomping or whatever you want to call it further down in the bush again. Well, we're back out here again, and this tree here was the tree that had the audio recorder tied to it. So I'm just going to pick up some leaves and see if we can't see some hair samples, just to give us a bit more evidence. Anyway, we'll get on with it. Well, everything looks like it's where I left it, but we'll take. I don't know what's going to be on this audio, so I'm going to take some some samples off the ground, some leaves off the ground, and we'll have a look to see if anything has been tampering it, just in case I miss it. I don't want to come all the way back out here, so everything looks to be intact, so we'll collect everything and get home. Well, the multi didn't catch anything. The plot watcher caught more insects or lights, and we got some audio. Firstly, there's something snapping branches in the middle of the night. Let's have a listen to that one. Then some sort of chattering or something. I can't find a word to describe it. Have a listen. Then there's heavy running towards the audio recorder and tampering. Now we found some hairs. I found a few at the site of the first recording, but the only significant one turned out to be marsupial. We found one at the second recorder, which the Hair ID program has no match for. I couldn't get a match for it. You can see the similarities between my hair and the unknown hair. I seem to be able to locate where these creatures are. I seem to be able to get recordings of them doing stuff, but I just can't get a photo, and I'm not sure how I'm ever going to do that. I don't know what to do.